I make a motion, we come out of executive.
Second.
I second.
Yes, I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Redcorn, seconded by Councilwoman Foreman to come out of executive. Call for the question, please.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray. Yes. Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Second Chair Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Yes. Council, we're coming out of executive. We have two items I'd like to bring out. I'd entertain a motion over our C-395 budget modification at this time.
I make the motion.
Second.
Yes, I have a motion by Councilwoman Gray, seconded by Councilwoman Foreman. Any discussion, please?
Call for the question.
I have call for the question. Call for the question, dear.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray. Yes. Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Second Chair Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar,
Yes.
Chairman Waller.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Lacey, we have another motion coming out that's necessary. Is it under the well plugging budget mod?
Well, first, you need to do the,
Let me read the motion in,
which one are you reading?
the one with the, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Chairman, I'll go ahead and read this resolution in.
Yes, please.
Okay. The Osage Minerals Council was elected to carry out the business of the Osage Mineral Estate and believes it to be in the best interest of the said estate and head right holders to pay the FY 2022 salary of the geologist specialist 10% from the C-395 and 90% from the well plugging budget. Therefore, be it resolved, the Osage Minerals Council hereby approves paying 90% of the Osage Minerals Council geologist project specialist FY 2022 salary from the well plugging budget and 10% from the C-395. The chairperson of the Minerals Council is hereby authorized to sign this resolution and all supporting documents. That's my motion.
I second that. I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Gray, seconded by myself. Any discussion?
Call for the question.
I'd call for the question, Lacey.
Question, is this for the 2021 budget or the 2022 budget?
2020.
22, sir.
22.
Well, that's the one we were just discussing, right? That we were concerned that there may not be any money.
Yes, sir. This takes care of that.
How does it take care of it? You're talking about using plugging money to pay 90%. And if there isn't any plugging money, where's that 90% gonna come from?
I'm going to come back and ask your gracious council to help me get out of this spot I'm in. September.
May I say something?
Yes.
We discussed that this was to close out the 2021 budget, I thought. Okay, I'm
No.
sorry. I made a mistake. Never mind. I'll let Lacey explain.
Call for the question.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
No.
Councilman Redcorn,
No.
Second Chair Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar, Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman.
No.
Motion fails.
Yes, it could be, at this time, I'd like to go on with the finish of our agenda under old business newsletter.
Chairman, I'd like to clarify a couple of things before we get started on this. On the newsletter.
Yes.
I know it looks great. You know, there's a couple of, well, all the articles are good. My biggest problem is I submitted a timely article and it's not in this newsletter. This newsletter has plenty of room. There's a lot of wasted space with headers and, you know,
Can you tell me?
table of contents on the first page. I need to know why why my article was eliminated, and if we can redo this newsletter to include it. My article had important, timely information that is more recent than some of the information that's in this newsletter. So I think it needs to be in here, and I'd like to know why it's not.
Who did you submit it to?
Anna, Anna's the one that asked for the article, and I gave a copy to the chairman.
And I did receive that.
And so
So I know it's in a-
if I may,
Chairman.
how many articles were received? Did you get 7 articles?
We received the ones that were put in there. I didn't receive yours. And Second Chair Red Eagle didn't write an article, and Councilwoman Harlan didn't write an article.
Well, Anna has mine, and so does the chairman, and I want this to be revised to include my article, please.
And any other council that needs an addition to that. That's why we're bringing it to the council chambers today.
Chairman?
Can I make a-
Chairman.
Chairman, I have a question.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. First of all, I'd like to thank Lacey and Anna and Linnea for allowing me to revise my previous article. I appreciate that very much. I wrote it in haste, and so I appreciate that opportunity. I just wonder, so that we don't hold things up, could we possibly vote on approving the newsletter with the understanding that certain things will happen, like, for instance, Councilwoman Foreman's article to be inserted, so that we don't have to come back and do this formally again. Could we modify the motion to approve the newsletter as amended through this discussion that we're having now? Thank you.
Chairman, I have my hand raised.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
I have my hand raised.
Yes. Yes.
Which one?
Motion's on the floor.
Chairman, thank you, Chairman.
I didn't hear the motion. Is there a motion on the floor?
No, Councilwoman Gray.
Well, I was going to make a motion, Chairman,
Sure.
to accept
Yes,
the
sir.
newsletter as written.
Yes, sir. I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Redcorn. I need a second. I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Redcorn to accept that as written. I need a second.
Just to clarify, Mr. Chairman, is Councilman Redcorn saying as it is presented to the council today, or is he sort of? Okay,
I think any more delays, we're not going to get this thing out.
I'll
My
second.
hand is up. My hand is up.
Yes, Councilwoman Foreman,
I had my hand up.
discussion.
This is unacceptable. I submitted an article on a timely basis, and it's not in this newsletter. There's plenty of room to include it in this newsletter, and I cannot support this motion as is. I'm not sure why Councilman Redcorn is resistant. I mean, it's in the adjusting phase right now. So if Councilman Redcorn does not want my article in there, I'd like to know why. And if it's not in there, I will not be supporting this motion to support the newsletter as is.
Mr. Chairman, I seconded.
Yes,
Are we in discussion?
we're going to call on you just in a second. I had the motion on the floor. Also, I don't believe Mr. Redcorn has to, as a councilman, has to explain anything.
Chairman,
Councilwoman Gray.
I did explain. I did explain. I don't think we need any more delays. We've delayed
That's
this
correct.
long enough. We have not gotten a newsletter out in a year.
My
So we
hand
need to get moving. Thank you.
we've gone this long, it can wait another day.
Councilwoman Gray.
Thank you. I was hoping, I just wanted to make an addition to my article. I know that it looks like, in reading the other articles, that some of us are saying some of the, I know that, in yours, you put about the grants, and then I also put about the grant and the reason why. I can omit some of that, but I would like to put in there that we had the hydrogen report completed. I think that's important for our shareholders to hear. And so I would like to make a slight modification to my article to add that we had representatives of DEMD give us a reporting on our market analysis for hydrogen. And so I would ask that, and that's just, I could go back there and just add a paragraph that on this date, we had the hydrogen report based upon, you know, what the report said. So, and it won't be anything real long, it's just an addition to that. You know, and I feel this way about this article, all our articles, is that we've been through something that no other tribal council has been through. We went through a pandemic, we were shut in, and yet we accomplished a lot during that time. Even through the highs and lows of what the country was going through, we still worked every day. And I think it's important for our shareholders to be able to read that even through having to, you know, see about our mineral estate and protection of it, I feel that we are the guardians of it, and yet we still made it through that. So getting one, if it was knowing Miss Pipestem and their work and Lacey and all of our staff, everyone, if there was an oversight in looking at that article, you know, let's get your article in there. I don't have any problem with that at all. It's and it's just if it's there and it can be just plugged in, and then I just would like to make my addition, and then we'll be done with it. So
We need to call for the question.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Chairman, I have one comment, if I may.
Second chair.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, this newsletter, you know, is there a timeline on what to put in your article if you want something put in?
We requested it to be by the 6th or something like that. And then we even accepted articles later.
So there was a deadline. There's a deadline. I'll say, okay, well, if we're not proper enough to know when the deadline is, well, you know, if you don't get it in, you don't get it in. Is that correct?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Yeah. So I started this newsletter in 2010, a long time ago, and I just left it up to the staff at the time because I'm not a journalism major at all, but I wanted the shareholders to know what we were doing. And I remember going down to Texas that year, and they said, Myron, we don't know what's going on. They all told me that, even in California. So that's the reason why this newsletter is here in the first place. So I just wanted to make that comment. Thank you, Chairman.
Yes, Councilwoman Foreman.
Thank you. I would like to ask, since we have multiple council members that would like to make changes to this newsletter, and I reiterate, it's been this long, I don't think it's going to make a difference if we wait another day. I don't think it'll take that long to insert my article or what Councilmember Gray wants to do. I would like to ask Councilmember Redcorn if he would like to rescind his motion and change it to approve the newsletter with the amended suggestions.
Councilman Redcorn. Councilman Redcorn. We have a motion on the floor. I want to ask a call for the question.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Secretary Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar,
No.
Chairman Waller,
I abstain.
Councilwoman Foreman,
No, and, well, that's all, just no.
Councilwoman Gray.
I'll vote yes. I can put my article in the next newsletter.
Motion passes.
I may want to pull my article.
Lacey, I see the motion has passed.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on. I have the agenda, old business, well plugging budget modification. I open the floor up. Council, please.
Can I talk?
Yes.
So Amy sent us 3 different budget mod proposals, and since we did pass to buy the pipe yard, we will need the last proposal approved. These are all her suggestions.
This comes from who?
Amy Beasley.
Oh, okay. Chairman, just to go ahead and so we can get to discussion on this, I'll go ahead and read this resolution in.
Please do.
Okay. The multi-year funding agreement, excuse me, MIFA, between the Osage Nation and the United States of America tasked the Osage Minerals Council with plugging unplugged oil and gas wells within the Osage Mineral State, for which there is no responsible parties and insufficient resources to plug. While fulfilling those duties, the Osage Minerals Council obtained, oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Okay, I'm sorry, I read the wrong one. I'll start over. I'll start over. The Osage Minerals Council was elected to carry out the business of the Osage Mineral State and believes it to be in the best interest of said estate and head right holders to make an amendment to the well plugging budget to allow for the purchase of the yard for surplus pipe. Therefore, be it resolved, the Osage Mineral Council hereby approves modifying the well plugging budget as attached, and the budget is attached.
Is that in form of a motion?
Yes, it is.
I'll second that. Open discussion. Council, go. Lacey, who has her hand up?
Nobody. Oh, Councilwoman Gray.
No, I'm taking mine down. I was from.
Call for the question.
Councilman Redcorn.
Yes.
Second Chair Red Eagle.
Yes.
Councilman Rebar.
Yes.
Chairman Waller.
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman.
Yes,
Councilwoman Gray.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan.
No.
Motion passes.
Yes, I'd like a motion on the meeting minutes, please.
So moved.
Council sees fit. So moved. I have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Second. I have a motion on the floor by Second Chair Red Eagle, seconded by Councilwoman Gray. Discussion?
yes, I'll go ahead and just note that I had submitted changes to correct some of the verbiage in the minutes, which I sent to you, Chairman, and the
Yes.
to Lacey, I think. I forget, one of the staff members anyway, and they were not incorporated. So I'm not sure why. Is it your decision not to incorporate those changes?
Point of order.
No, it is not. No, I can take the texts, but I'll just tell you in an open meeting. No, it is not. I have a
Point of
great
order.
staff working in order. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
My apologies.
The councilwoman's been advised of this multiple times in the past. When there are changes, those changes have to be made on the record. And you know, this just happened last month, and now she says, well, I didn't send it to everybody. I just sent it to the chairman and Lacey. I am again insisting in this public meeting that when there are changes to the minutes, they have to be made by motion in an open meeting. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Chairman,
Call
may I
for the
respond,
question.
may I respond, please?
No. Council, call for the question.
Councilman Rebar,
Oh,
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman,
No, and these rules seem to change every time somebody, when somebody else wants to change the minutes, they get done. And it's not done in the way that Councilmember Harlan states. It's all over the board. So I will not be supporting this.
Vote only on the comments when you're asked to have a roll call vote. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gray. Meeting minutes.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Second Chair Red Eagle.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. I'll take a in-chain motion to adjourn, please.
Make the motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Second, I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Gray, seconded by Second Chair Red Eagle. Call for the question.
Councilman Rebar. Oh, sorry, Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman, Councilwoman Foreman,
You're on mute. You're on.
Sorry, sorry, yes.
Thank
Councilwoman
you.
Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Second Chair Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar.
yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Council. We're adjourned. Lacey, I'll give you a few minutes and I'll check in.
Okay.
Thank you. Way we knock. Kako knock.
Sound on.